Hey, wow. So, welcome to another episode of Disney Dust. It's DisneyDwayne here, back from some travels recently to Sydney, Australia, where I caught Miss Saigon as you can see, Beauty and the Beast, the musical. And I think this is the fourth staging of Beauty and the Beast I've seen in my life. The first being, I guess, the original on Broadway, but soon after, many years after the original. Didn't catch a good version. They had a Disney star as Belle, and she was I'm not going to name names, pretty off in her singing. And then I saw a version of it in Singapore. Some of my classmates were in it. Um, it was an okay production. I've definitely seen better, and even my classmates would probably admit that this was not the best version of Beauty and the Beast. I mean, it's all about that yellow dress, right? And if that yellow dress doesn't look quite so good, it can't be a great production. In any case, I've seen a third one in Shanghai as well, at the theater at Shanghai Disneyland. That was in Mandarin, and that was pretty spectacular. We had some Asians play the roles of Belle and the Beast. They were speaking in Mandarin, of course, and that was a pretty lavish, pretty decent production of it. But I have to say, what takes the cake, or rather, what tops it all, is this little heartwarming production of Beauty and the Beast. Can I even say little because wow. And dare I say this, I think, there's a certain heart to productions in Australia I've been finding as I visit more, that is not available elsewhere. Not to put down other productions, but there's something um, that sort of like it's like the director or the team that puts effort into these productions somehow carry it very gently and make sure that everyone shines, and there's just so much thought and detail put into this production of Beauty and the Beast, especially. I have to say the story is a tale as old as time. It is not unfamiliar to people, but uh, let's just start with, say, the production number that Gaston was. Wow, I have never seen Gaston the number in this light. He was also a star. He was a spot on Gaston, and I hope that the Gastons in the parks are similar to this Gaston. I mean, he is this actor. I forget his name now. I think maybe Andy Cook. Well, the one that's currently playing in Sydney right now as of September. Spot on, amazing, and the production number in itself, so busy. If you're familiar with the mug clanking, usually they're standing in a straight line, and in itself the choreography is pretty intricate and pretty hard to figure out and just amazing to watch. But they're moving in this version, moving back and forth, and the choreography is just takes this mug clanking to another level. And I have to say, I felt tired for them, but at the same time was so intrigued by what the rehearsal process must have been like, and how tiring it was to for the choreographer to articulate his vision for this number. It's not just the clap and the clanking. It was he throws a dish. It goes a certain way. They use sort of the backdrop projection to enhance the whole magic of it, and also he shoots a bow and arrow. It's just a spectacle. You don't expect to cheer for Gaston this way, and so it's amazing. And in fact, I must say it almost closely, in fact, possibly even overshadowed Be Our Guest, which is of course the big production number in this musical. Um, but then again, Be Our Guest in itself also a spectacle. Disney, or rather this version of Beauty and the Beast, uses the new thing. I always like when Disney kind of takes what's trending out there. This kaleidoscope sort of aesthetic where you have the camera on top, and the dancers sit in a circle and they kind of do things with their arms and legs, and you get a kaleidoscopic sort of pattern. So that's done in live, I think, on this stage where there's a camera on top, and you see very, very appropriately so the dancers sitting in a circle, which I guess symbolizes the pattern of the dish. It's a revolving stage as well, and the dancers are doing all these things, and it's projected to the back of the screen. Again, my mind was blown. What a way to introduce new innovation into the telling of the story. Also, the proscenium of the stage is a projection. So this banner that has lights and patterns, matches the actual physical set. You see it in the backdrop of the second tier and the third tier of the stage. Also another banner, but that's a physical version of it. But the proscenium projection of it, the OCD screen, the LED screens, I mean, OCD screens, um, match in color and in timing and in rhythm, and you can't tell the physical one, and versus the projected or the screen image. So that in itself also again mind blown. There's so many things to say about this musical. I just really enjoyed it. It's so also set in the beautiful Capitol Theatre in Sydney, which just lends to the whole feel of it all, Victorian feel. There's so many things about the theater. Even it was like especially converted to suit the theme of Beauty and the Beast. So it's just not, it's old decor. There are roses on lamps. There's a big portrait of the Biao guest sequence on the steps. There is a whole portrait, like a banner of roses that you can take a picture against. It's just beautiful. It's just stunning. I'm gonna add pictures to this video as I talk, and I just have so many good things to say. I've seen the what's her name, Shub Sri Khandia, as Princess Jasmine in Singapore. The role doesn't allow her to shine as much, and this time around, I feel she really shone really, well in as Belle. It's made for her. This character, she did such a great job. Amazing to watch. Natural acting. Also, was hoping to see Brendan Xavier as the Beast. We got his understudy. Also great. I was disappointed because I was really hoping to see Brendan Xavier. I saw him in Frozen in Singapore as Kristoff, and he was amazing. I love his vibrato. So Brandon, I'm so sorry I didn't get to see you. I hope to catch you at some point if this goes on tour after the Sydney run.
Menken and lyricist Tim Rice. The new production features brand new sets, costume design and technology.
It's really important to me.
That ends, I think, December 22nd. Maybe will be extended. I hope it goes to Melbourne. I hope there's a chance to catch Brendan in action. Also was surprised, I forgot my friend Gareth Jacobs, who played the genie in the Singapore run and Australian run in Aladdin. You did such a great job as Cogsworth. I almost doubted it was you because your transformation, just amazing. Was so blown away by Gareth, as well as the fact that he did so well, even though he didn't get to show off his amazing, beautiful chops. His voice, really high in range, but this time around Cogsworth doesn't sing like that. So well done on still creating such an amazing role. I could go on forever about Beauty and the Beast. This was so dear to me. I was filled with tears. My heart was so warm by the end of it. What a beautiful production. Congratulations to the cast. Congratulations to the director. If you can fly down to Australia to see this is an amazing production. So beautiful. Costumes, everything, detail, arrangements were also different. I could hear different nuances in the music. Well done.